Hi, Gene here with today's thought. As most of you, maybe all of you, at least some of you know, the Democratic Party has a little bit of, well, they have a Biden problem, the Joe Biden problem, but they also have a Kamala Harris problem. It's becoming increasingly apparent or obvious that they want to get rid of Joe Biden. They want him to step down. But the problem is, well, if he's impeached and removed from office, which is a definite possibility, by the way, I think other presidents obviously have been impeached. Nixon resigned, but Biden could be one who, if he's so stubborn that he doesn't resign, if he's impeached and put on trial in the Senate, that he actually would be removed from office because the bribery, the evidence is so obvious now that it gets increasingly obvious. The IRS whistleblowers will be testifying next Wednesday, the 19th, but they also an email, a 2015 email just surfaced. I've seen the email. You can find it on the internet. But some Ukrainians talking to, or an email to Hunter Biden, that they want to work with him specifically to stop any investigation of the president of Burisma. Well, I mean, it's all there in black and white. And only a month after that email was sent, we have Joe Biden goes to Ukraine and flat out tells them that they're not getting $1 billion of aid. That was promised to them by Barack Obama. They're not getting the $1 billion of aid unless the president, Poroshenko at the time, fires the prosecutor who was investigating Burisma. And lo and behold, we have it on tape, Biden boasting that he actually did it. He got the guy fired. So as our Democrats loved to say about Donald Trump when he was president, the walls are closing in, or at least they seem to be. But the problem is, if he's not if he leaves before whatever, or for health reasons, if he leaves office before the next election, then Kamala Harris becomes president. Or if if he leaves, she may decide. Well, I mean, they have a problem that as long as she's on the ticket, they have a problem. They have to keep Joe Biden in there, and they don't want him in there. They're afraid, they're increasingly afraid that Trump will beat him. And the polls show them virtually neck and neck. Trump was ahead a little bit, the Real Clear Politics average of polls. He was ahead by 0.6 a few days ago, and then over the last 2 days, Biden is ahead by 0.2. So you see it's very, very close, and they're worried. Plus, the Republicans are getting wise now. They know one of the things that cost them the election in 2020 was ballot harvesting and early voting. So they're on the bandwagon now. They understand they're going to have to do the same thing, and they're gearing up to do exactly that. So they're increasingly worried about Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, because they don't want her to be a candidate, and she would be the most likely candidate if Joe Biden doesn't run. That's the other thing. If Biden just drops out because of all these scandals and it looks like he won't win, then you'll have some Democrats will go to him and give him the same talk that some Republican senators gave to Richard Nixon, that he saying that if he doesn't resign, he's going to be removed from office. He'll be impeached and removed from office. So he did, the honorable thing, and he just resigned. And if Biden resigns, then Kamala Harris not only becomes president, but she becomes the obvious candidate for the 2024 election. If she's not the candidate, then you have a large black voter base of the Democratic Party who would, a large number of them probably would not vote. And if they don't vote, plus you have a professor at Harvard. He might be professor emeritus. I believe he's still at Harvard. Anyway, Cornel West, very liberal, very left-wing professor and black, who has already launched. He joined the Green Party, and he's running for president on the Green Party ticket, and that's worrying the Democrats too, because what happened in 2016 when Trump beat Hillary Clinton, that was, well, he won over 300, I forget the exact number, over 300 electoral votes, but the number, the percentages of voters were very, very close. Maybe I think 10, 20, 30,000 votes would have given the election to Hillary Clinton, and they blame, one of the people they blame is Jill Stein, who was running for president on the Green Party ticket at that time, and blaming her for siphoning off Democratic votes. Plus, you have Joe Manchin is going to New Hampshire to meet with, he's going to be speaking in front of the No Labels Party. Now, if you've never heard of them, there's a caucus in the House called the No Labels Democrats or whatever. There's some moderate Democrats got together. There might be some Republicans in there too, but to form a No Labels Party, which is a moderate, middle of the road country. And they've already said if the candidates in the 2024 election are Joe Biden and Donald Trump, that they're going to field their own candidate, which we would have to see which party, which Democrats or Republicans, from which party a No Labels candidate would take the most votes. But because it's Joe Manchin is one of the candidates that they would love to run, and he's a Democrat, or he would be a No Labels guy if he runs with the No Labels party, I would guess. But anyways, they're worried that he would siphon off Democratic votes too. So you would have Cornel West on the Green Party, and then you have Joe Manchin on the No Labels ticket, and then you have Kamala Harris, and they're really worried if she's not on the ticket and black Democrat voters don't vote in the overwhelming numbers that they usually will. They're just terrified that Joe Biden will lose and Trump will win. But meaning we conservatives have a reason to be worried too about Kamala Harris, and no better person to explain it than Megyn Kelly. She has a podcast, if you didn't know, and here's Megyn Kelly just summing up, I guess, basically everything I just said that took several minutes, just in a short soundbite summing up the danger of Kamala Harris. So I'm turning the floor over right now to Megyn Kelly.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I did not think she was an idiot. I now think she's a moron. She's not that smart. Forgive me. I'm still one of those people who gets wooed by titles. I'm like, she was the Attorney General of the state of California. How dumb could she be? Dumb. The answer is very, very dumb is the answer. And I've come to that conclusion just with my own eyes and ears from watching and listening to her. She cannot put two sentences together. I mean, the old man is actually losing his mental faculties. She's just not a smart person. And it concerns me because that's all we have in line on the Democratic side. And as Trump's numbers continue to go up and up and up, and I realize some of the polls are showing him beating Joe Biden now in a hypothetical matchup, he's still very vulnerable. He did not win in 2020, and it looks like it's going to be the same matchup. And honestly, Joe Biden's knocking on, the Grim Reaper's door, and she could be the president of the United States in the next 6 years by default, if things go, in a dark and upsetting way. I'm concerned. That's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. But in any case, come back and see me again. I'd love to see all of you. And until I do, bye.